I want to share a scenario with you. You're trying to go and buy a house. You go to a halal mortgage company, and in the process of doing that, they offer you up something called mortgage insurance. So you decide to take that because at the end of the day, if something happens to you, you want to make sure that your family is taken care of and they can continue to live in that house. Great idea. Sounds like a good strategy, right? Now imagine for a second you start paying for that mortgage insurance. You pay, and something happens. And then when the time comes for your family to make that claim and for your mortgage to be completely paid off, the mortgage insurance company calls you up and says, listen, you didn't tell us about an aspect of your life, and so we're going to deny you that claim. Now, not only are you gone and something has happened to your family, but also your family is not taken care of in the way that you thought. And that's why it's really important to understand the difference in insurance of underwriting at time of issue versus underwriting at time of claim. I'm going to get into that right now. Assalamu alaikum everyone, Jesse here with Canadian Islamic Wealth. I hope you guys are having a great day. Today, once again, I'm going to be talking about the difference between underwriting at time of issue and underwriting at time of claim. This is a really important scenario where a lot of people are going to find themselves having their claims denied because they're not sure whether or not they actually have insurance coverage. So let me explain how this works. When you're dealing with a company that does underwriting at time of claim, typically what happens is they will give you insurance today. Right now, you don't have to prove anything. You don't have to prove that you have good health. You don't have to prove that you're in good condition. You simply have to sign a piece of paper and you have to start making payments. However, in the fine print, typically these companies say that you as the insured are responsible for disclosing any pre-existing conditions. What does that mean? Let's say, for example, you have asthma, or maybe you have high cholesterol, things that typically you don't just go around announcing to people unless they actually ask. Right? But if you have those pre-existing conditions and you sign up for insurance that underwrites at time of claim, what's going to happen is the insurance company is going to go look into when you signed up, see if you had any pre-existing conditions, and then if you didn't disclose the fact that you had high cholesterol, asthma, whatever the case may be, they will deny your claim. And so you, not thinking that you needed to tell them anything because you didn't really read the fine print, nobody really asked you the questions, anything like this, are now stuck with the fact that you've been paying for this insurance for the last long period of time, and it's not going to pay in the way that you thought. Now, on the other hand, there's another type of insurance that does underwriting at time of issue. What that means is they are going to look into your health today. So they're going to ask you all kinds of questions. Is there anything wrong with your health? Does your family have a history of heart disease, diabetes, cancer? Is there anything going on? Do you have cancer? Is there anything wrong with your kidneys? Is there anything wrong with your liver? Is there anything wrong with your lungs? Etc., etc., etc. They're even going to send someone out to take a blood and urine sample to make sure that you're in fact telling the truth. And based on all the data they collect, then they are going to decide whether or not to issue the policy or not. This type of insurance is so much better than the one where they underwrite at time of claim. Why? Because at the very beginning, you know whether or not you are going to be covered, assuming you tell the truth. As long as you tell the truth in the setup of an insurance policy that underwrites at time of issue, when they agree to issue the policy, at the point if you ever end up making a claim, it will pay out. The worst thing from what I have seen is people who sign up and think that they're covered, but the policy that is covering them underwrites at time of claim. Underwriting at time of claim is the worst thing that can happen because they will look into your conditions and very likely deny your claims if there's any information you didn't share when you signed up for it. And who goes around sharing personal information when they're not asked to? Nobody. So, the moral of the story here, brothers and sisters, is if you are going to get insurance, if you need to get insurance to cover your house, to cover your debts, whatever the case may be, make sure you are getting insurance that underwrites at time of issue and not at time of claim. That way you know that the insurance will pay out when it's supposed to. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.